Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yeah, that's right. Today we're painting the Hulk from Marvel Zombies. And we're starting off with a nice matte gray primer. I decided to go gray on the leftover superheroes that were either zombies that I painted before, just because I took it out and I was like, oh, you know what, let's try these with the Warpaints Fanatics. We're going to start off with a base coat. That's the paints you're going to be needing. Guardian Green is our first color. What a beautiful green. And what coverage. Again, I am blown away by these Warpaints Fanatics, how well they cover. And I didn't add any of the retarder or the stabilizer at this point because I find that the darker colors are actually very consistent. You can just have your brush a bit wet or damp and then mix it up a bit in there, or add a little bit of touch, just a little touch of water, and you'll be able to get the perfect coverage. And as you can see, it dries really well, really fast, ready for the next painting session or the next painting level or whatever you want to call it. And look at it again, it doesn't lose any of the details. All the veins are still there. Like, you don't have to put it on thick, you just go on it and you cover, and it's perfect. Just like this Diabolic Plum, a beautiful purple color. Like, it's, again, look at the coverage over the gray, and it's not the white, so that the white I think would make it a little bit more bright. I have not tried, I don't think I have anyways, over white primer yet, these Warpaints Fanatics, but over the gray here, it is perfect. You know, it's just subtle, and just the colors just cover so well. I'm just loving it. And someone had asked if I could do a flexible triad of the greens. Well, this is sort of a flexible triad. I'm going to be using 3 of these deep greens, I think they're called, also these 3. There's 3 of these purples as well. Now, I've done purple before, but it was a different purple, so you're gonna see how that goes with this. Matte black now for his hair. I love the description on this one. It's black, and it's part of the black and grays. It's just, I love the fact that their color description, and you're gonna see some of them later on that they're just like, what? The color description is almost spot on, because the names are sometimes a little weird, right? I'm also using the matte black now for the radiation symbol here on this canister behind the Hulk here. And then we're moving on to some gray castle, which is a dark olive gray. Gonna be doing all the base with this here. You can see that it's changing to gray. So this is what's fun about having grays. Sometimes when you use a gray on top of a gray, you're like, well, there was no difference here. But this, you can see it's like it got a sandy color to it almost, like a rocky platform. Very cool. I like it. And again, the whole time I was hesitating. I'm like, well, do I use washes? When do I use washes? Should I use washes at all? And my answer will come later on in the video, so keep on watching. And in the meantime, if you are new to the channel, which most of you are, you're not hitting that subscribe button. Why not? It's free. You can subscribe, and then you get to see all my wonderful videos that come out, and all my painting guides, and all the fun stuff that I do on this channel, and make painters like me feel better about their choices in painting, and not being completely ruined by all those perfect painters out there. Next, we're doing some burnt turf, which is a light yellowish brown. We're doing this again on the symbol here for the radiation thing there. I picked that color perfectly. It was just perfect. Gunmetal is just for those pipes on the bottom of the base there. Then we're using some red copper on the whole steel beam, but you're going to see what I'm going to do to this later on. It's going to change the look of it completely, but it's going to look amazing, and it's going to look really cool. But this is a good base coat for this beam here that he's holding on to. This one, the base was actually kind of fun to work with, because again, Simon brought it with the bases on this one, like having actual like texture and doing stuff so you don't have to create your own, because I wouldn't see myself doing this at all, like putting all these big rocks and trying to figure out and then putting a big beam and all this. Anyways, they're just Marvel Zombies, folks. If you haven't looked at it, you haven't played it, find someone who has the game, go play it. It is so much fun. It is actually really easy, I find, to play, to pick up. Rules are super simple, I find, better than regular Zombicide. Anyways, moving on to highlights. We're bringing in some other colors here that will include this Eternal Hunt, which I actually mixed with the Warpaint Stabilizer to make it more of a glaze style, but not really glazed yet, just a little bit thinner. So as I'm putting it down, as you can see, the first time I put it on, it was really blobbed on. I was like, whoop, there's way too much still on my brush here. I went back again, and now it's like sort of just feathering it on, right? You just take that brush very lightly, and you go over what looks like to be more higher edges, you know, just to give, and then you can still see all the undertone of the muscles, and you still see all like the nice recesses and all that. And then I'm doing the same thing with the Warlock Magenta, adding some warpaint stabilizer to it. This is like their medium, by the way, but it stabilizes it, but there's a retarder that makes it that it lasts longer, doesn't dry as quickly. And another highlight I'm doing is with dry brushing. Here's the Brain Matter Beige on all the rocks at the bottom, just a little bit, touching it very lightly with one of their master brushes. All right, the final highlights. Two of the last colors in the Triad I tried of flexible colors. This is Enchanted Pink. Putting this on his trousers here again. I did all like the little edges here, just really touching up little areas, anything that was like bulging, like the pant creases and stuff like that. I should not have used that word there, but anyways, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about all the little creases and stuff. Come on, guys, get your head out of the gutter. And and then just really going very softly. I'm going to do the same thing here with the Ferocious Green. I didn't add any of the stabilizer. I just added some water in there, and I just really, like you can see, I'm just trying to touch just the top parts, the middle of the muscles, just to keep showing the undertones. And as it dries, I notice it blends in more. Now it looks like it's like super vivid, and it's like, oh my god, what the heck is this guy doing? But as it dries, it just blends in. And this is where I was like, well, should I have put a wash? Now some people would actually take the wash and go inside all the little recesses with it, only the recesses, to darken them down. And I'm the type that just slathers on, you know, washes anywhere. Final thing I'm doing is a wash, but I'm using the rust tone. And where do you think I'm putting this? That's right, on that beam. And look, it just turns that red copper even more orangey, more like kind of used, and more natural looking. I found the red copper was a little strong for that. So having put that on there, just finishes it off. And there you have it, folks, the Hulk from Marvel Zombies. You can make him face off against himself as a zombie if you want. In one of the modes, you can actually be two teams of living and the dead. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching. We'll see you all in the next one.